Hey guys, I need a new tripod. So I was off last week. If you didn't see, I tried to do like a story. YouTube is so different now. It's changed a lot since I've been gone, and I noticed that you can do like a story like you would do on Instagram. So I tried to do a story. I think I can also like make a post now. I just haven't done that yet. Anyways, I got a really bad flare last weekend. And I think my last video was even talking about it. I think the hurricane coming into the Gulf, even though Ian didn't affect us, I think the pressure still affected my body. And we also got a cold front at the same time, which affected me just like a whole lot. And by the way, if you're in Florida and you're a viewer from Florida, I hope you're okay. I hope your family's okay. Please let me know in the comments that you're okay, because I know I have a lot of viewers in Florida, and I've been like, it's been heavy on my mind, and I feel like Florida is not getting enough coverage. But I was in a horrible flare, like the worst flare ever. I had to have morphine, and then I had to be moved to other pain medications. Till I'm still on pain medication as of now, like every single day, because if I have any breakthrough, I don't know how bad it's going to be, and I can't let it get as bad as it was because I'm immobile when that happens. So anyways, that happened, and I wasn't here on YouTube. Then Jackson got croup like immediately, like probably day 3. He had morphine for the 2 days. Day 3 he got croup. So he had croup, and they gave him this steroid, and he had it last year. They called it long croup, and it went on forever. And I don't know if that's what's going on right now, because I'm just like, this is his picture week, and he lost both top teeth, and he looks so cute, and I was so excited for pictures. But he's going back to the pediatrician today, because over the weekend we thought he was better, and he got a high fever, and he's saying his ear hurts. So I'm hoping, if it's got to be something causing that fever, it's an ear infection that they can knock out really quick with antibiotics. Anyways, that's where we're at, and that's why I was not on here last week. I tried at one point to vlog while I was flaring, and I could not do it. I couldn't do it. Anyways, I remember telling you guys about Costco and the jacket, and if I got it, I would show you. Okay, I got the jacket this weekend. I ran into Costco, and I was like, oh my God, they have it. It runs, I would say it runs small. I think if your body type is, okay, I don't want to say normal, because nobody is abnormal, nobody's normal, but let me try to adjust my camera and show you guys. Okay, I need a new tripod. I think I'm just gonna buy a better ring light, but okay, so I'm gonna have to like step on my tiptoes. I don't know if you guys can see, I have very wide hips. Even when I was thinner, because I didn't let me say this, I didn't gain weight. I was pretty stick thin until I hit puberty and PCOS kicked in. My mom always said, like, it's like you woke up one day and you had a beer belly. And like, she didn't mean that in a hurtful way. Like, it's just, she was trying to explain to like the doctors, like how extreme it was. So that being said, even before that, even though I was thin, I had like some like hip going on, right? And it was gross. Like, looking back, it's gross when I think about being like 6 years old and men saying things like, oh, those are childbearing hips. Even women saying it, those are childbearing hips. Like, do y'all ever think about the things that people said to y'all as a kid that now I'd knock somebody out? Like, that's gross. Why are you looking at my kid that way? Anyways, it's just inappropriate. That being said, so even though I lost weight, I have a ton of skin right here. And having the wide hips, I've always been, even when I was small, wider on bottom and tinier up. I think, like, I can't, the sweater is oversized, but like super tiny up top. Anyways, that's how it's been since my weight loss. So I'm just trying to give you guys a gauge of the size for this long-winded explanation. So because I have wide hips, a small fit, but it felt too tight here where my hips are wide and all my, let's see if you guys can see, like I have, I can't show you with this tripod. I have like loose skin all right there where my hips are widest, and my skin goes down when it's not sucked up in panties or pants. It hangs down super low, like halfway to my knees. That's insane. I just got this sweater yesterday at Costco too. It was $9 sweatshirt. It's oversized and it's the softest I've ever had. So this is the jacket I was telling y'all about. Remember I said if I found it in that vlog I would show y'all? So it's like water resistant. I follow this TikTok, like Daily Week Finds, something at Daily Finds at TikTok, Weekly Finds at TikTok, and at Costco on TikTok. And so y'all tell my brain is still like. And so anyways, I had been hunting for this because she lives up north. She was saying like snow, rain, whatever. It's a really versatile jacket. Like it's heavy but not too heavy. So I have a Carhartt that is just like my papa's and my daddy's from the farm, and I usually wear that in the winter. And a lot of people think it's like it's not like a trendy Carhartt. It is like a farmer's Carhartt. I love that when it's super cold, but sometimes it's not cold enough for that, or sometimes I gotta go somewhere and not look like a farmer. So this is the jacket. It feels really nice. You guys, the inside is like fur and luxurious. I don't know. I really liked it, so I wanted to share it with you. But if you have wider hips, definitely get the medium. So I got the small and put it on it first, and it was like, I got a zip, but it just was so tight right here. It didn't have like this give, and it felt really uncomfortable. Like if I wanted to put my hands in to warm them, it would be even more snug. So the top's got a little extra room here, but that's okay. Anyway, so if you're gonna buy it, definitely try it on. But if you're ordering it online, because I'm sure they have it online, let me tell you guys the brand. Oh, it's Kirkland. It's an actual Kirkland's jacket. So if you have a Costco membership and it's not in your warehouse, maybe look online. It was like 23 bucks. Y'all, if I went into Macy's, this shit I guarantee you would be 150. Like it feels super luxurious. It's like Costco needs to start paying me. Anyways, great jacket I wanted to tell you about. And they went all the way up to size XXL. So they have all kinds of sizes. I don't know if they had an extra small, but I saw XXL for sure. But if you order it online, that's my tip. If you had wide hips, order a size up. Okay, let's get on with our day. It's been 5 minutes. I've got to call the pediatrician and get Jackson in. Oh my goodness. I can't even handle. You're already getting a big adult tooth right there.
An adult tooth? Yay.
Yeah, it's coming in right there. But wait till my picture day is over. You got your pizza Halloween shirt on. Pizza. Are you a Little Caesars man? No. Do you want mommy to do your hair, or are you just gonna? You're not going to school today. You're going to the doctor though. Do you want me to do your hair, or you just want to leave it loose and crazy?
I want to leave it loose and crazy so that way I look like cool.
Oh, you always look cool. Okay, baby. Let me see your little tooth for one more time. I can't handle it. You're so cute. Okay, so I called the doctor and they can't see Jackson until late this morning. So, be honest, I have a headache. And I'm not like mucusy, but you know when you feel like, I'm about to take some elderberry syrup when I get home and all my vitamins. You know when you feel like you're maybe getting sick? I just am not feeling peachy, which sucks because I feel like I've been under the weather since last week. But I'm gonna go pick him up some hot cakes from McDonald's. I made him like a fruit bowl this morning, but he's hungry again, which is good. But he really likes McDonald's hotcakes occasionally as a treat. So I'm going to go get him some because I ran out of espresso beans, so I can't make my coffee. So I have to go buy coffee at Dunkin'. Thankfully, I have a free coffee, but I'm like, please don't let me be getting sick. it wouldn't surprise me because he's been hacking in my face. You know how kids are, like hacking in my face for a week. It's been a miracle to me that I haven't gotten sick yet. Like I went out this weekend to a magical market and got like tarot red and stuff, like tarot's red and stuff, like me and my friend Lewis. And we saw like a burlesque show. And I was just so happy that I made it that long and didn't get sick and was able to have like that adult time. Because I was really worried when he was sick that like if I would get sick, then, you know, I'd have to cancel because obviously I'm not gonna get my friend sick. But then I kind of thought like with it being croup that like, you know, adults don't get that as easily. But we're like a weekend and like he was back to having fever this weekend, but it was after I went out. So I'm just like, I'm worried I'm not getting out of this without getting sick. So I'm going to load up on vitamins and stuff. But anyways, Justin's working from home today so that after I take him to the doctor, if he has a prescription, I can leave him here and go get that without having to drag him out. And I know people are probably like, you can go through Drive Up. There's like Drive Up pharmacies. I use CVS, but my CVS is inside a Target. And though that staff has been like my pharmacist for like 10 years now, and I trust them so much. So I'd rather deal with that, like walking into a pharmacy, than change now. What are you playing?
I'm playing tennis.
Tennis. That's exciting. I got Halloween nails. I forgot to show you guys. It's got a little cat. Okay, it is now 12:30. Jackson, like I said, has been sick since last week and got better. And then the beginning of the weekend, he got sick. He's been fever-free today. I assumed it was an ear infection, which I was right. He has an ear infection. But I just picked up his antibiotic. When I was there, she said, can I test him for the flu? And I was like, I guess. And a part of me was like, oh shit. Because when they were giving out the flu shots, which I give him flu shots, I used to, when he was a baby, I didn't. And then I think he was less than 18 months old and he got the flu and he was almost hospitalized. And I was like, never again. I used to be, don't ask me why. I used to be anti-flu shot. And then I was constantly getting the flu every year. I started getting the flu shot. We don't get it anymore. Do you? Whatever. That's just my experience. My point is, I literally was like, oh, because when they offered it, or when they started offering it, he was sick and he couldn't get it. And I was thinking 2 weeks ago how he needs to get it. And then I was going to call the week he got croup, but he had croup and couldn't get it. He tested positive, but they said he's probably had it since symptoms shown. So by the middle of the week, he won't be contagious. Well, they said he's probably not anymore because he doesn't have fever, but I'm still, I don't know. I don't want him to get, anybody sick. So I'm probably not going to send him back to school as long as he stays fever free until like Wednesday. Okay. But he has a massive ear infection. I was right. So I'm glad I took him, but it was so random. She's like, can I test for flu? Because all these kids that are coming in that had croup last week are all coming in with the flu. And she said, and aside from that, the flu's running rampant. You guys, this weekend also, when I went in Costco, they were like at the door, they're like, doing your flu shot? And I was like, not yet, because I had the summer flu and I've been putting it off because I want to ride out those like antibodies or whatever from the actual flu. Because my pharmacist even told me, he's like, you just had the flu a few months ago, like wait so you can maximize your flu shot during the winter. But no, I saw my pharmacist today and I'm going to take preventative Tamiflu because I don't know what strain I had during the summer and I don't know what strain he has. And then after I'm done with my Tamiflu, I'm going to get the flu shot because I'm like, at least we're getting the flu now done and over with before my best friend's wedding in December, because that and Rona, I'm like, please don't let us get it. And I have a cruise in November, which I'm just going to be grateful we're getting all this like super contagious stuff out of the way with before the cruise, right? That's my positive spin on it. And he's okay. Like he's just like, his ear is bothering him. He's going to have medicine now. But that's how my day's going. And I'm so shiny because I've been sweating to death. I'm going to go, because it's fall here in Texas. So it starts out cold and then it gets really hot. So I'm gonna go feed him and give him his antibiotic. Okay, I'm sanitizing the house right now. This vlog might be kind of uneventful besides me talking because I'm in like panic mode cleaning the house because I'm terrified if I get sick again, then I at least want to have a clean house because I know it'll become a disaster while I'm sick. I don't know if that makes sense or anyone else is like that. I just don't want it to become a big disaster. So right now I'm sanitizing, then I'm gonna clean everything from top to bottom, and hopefully I'll just have a super clean house and I won't get sick. I'm gonna start my Tamiflu tonight. Okay, I'm gonna refresh I had a simmer pot from this weekend. That's why it looks dirty. I'm not gonna scrub it out because it's not something you eat. You can do these with like cranberries, oranges, all kinds of things, like a spice pot. I have some of my rosemary got dried out. Like one of my plants is thriving, the other one's it's not dying, but it's not looking great. As you can see, the more dried out ones, like while it's actually on the plant, like still, it should be like this, not dried out like an old Christmas tree. I'm hoping I don't lose that one, but I'm just cutting it back so it can focus on making healthy new leaves. But I noticed my dad's rosemary, because I'm taking care of his house right now, is kind of struggling too, but it's only one of my rosemary plants. Anyways, so I like this simmer pot. You can use it for a couple days on low. I'm going to bring it up to a little higher heat than put it on low, but it's cloves, cinnamon, and rosemary. Like I said, you can use a lot of things. Some people put apples, oranges. If you're going to do oranges, I think navel oranges are usually the best. I can't think of the little star looking things you can put in it. It starts with an A. And then cranberries. This is like my favorite one. It's just, I love the smell of rosemary. And it's nice because I can use up my rosemary that I'm not currently cooking with from the garden. So, see, one of mine's doing great, and then this one is like, nah. So I pretty much cut off everything that looks like this so it can just focus on hopefully regrowing healthy. But if I lose it, I have another one. Rosemary's finicky sometimes. You think it'd be simple, but like I have a hard time with rosemary. With all my other plants, I don't. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna start this little simmer pot. It smells so good. Do y'all remember my arrangement I made? And it was like, oh my gosh, like I feel like 3 weeks ago at this point, and it's still alive. Like the mums are doing good. I mean, it doesn't look as fantastic as it looked. These little pumpkin things are starting to show their age, but I think it still looks decent. I'm going to see, that one's getting a little wrinkly. I'm going to like open these up because somebody posted in my Trader Joe's group that last year they like dried out the seeds from these and then they planted it in the spring, and they posted that they had like 3 little buckets like I have out there of this plant, and you can just grow it really easily. So I'm gonna cut up the seeds and keep them. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the vlog. It's only like 4 o'clock, but I don't see anything more productive coming in my vlog. In fact, I think I talked probably too much for this vlog. One thing I wanted to show you guys, I feel like pumpkins are so much cheaper this year, and I think I said this when I got my Hulk pumpkin. I'm gonna show you guys. This pumpkin was $6. Like, I feel like pumpkins this size used to cost more. I got this thing for $6 at Costco, right? And I was like, only $6, even though I already have a pumpkin. I got 2 for Jackson to decorate. And I'll show you guys my Hulk one. Now that I have my tripod out. Oh my God, this one's heavy. This is my Hulk pumpkin. This would be a thumbnail. Do y'all want to know how people on YouTube make thumbnails? We do cheesy shit like this and then edit it out. Now you know the secret. Also, my tongue is probably orange because I'm eating the last pumpkin cookie. My logic was that there's only one left and I need to throw the container out. And this was not something Jackson ended up liking that much. I had like a whole Hocus Pocus night for Hocus Pocus 2, which, let me know what you thought. I really liked it. I was worried they were going to mess it up, but I really enjoyed the new one. Some people didn't like it. I won't spoil anything, but I really enjoyed it. Like, me and Jackson were crying at the end. It was so good. But I made like a whole Hocus Pocus preview party. Like we had pizza and Reese's Pieces bats. And if I have a picture, I'll like insert it. Just like like sherbet spooky drinks, just like to make it fun and special. I got these cookies and I thought they're pretty good. They're kind of blah, and I don't know. He wasn't a fan, but we've been eating them and I'm like, this is the last one and I want to throw out the container, so logically I'm gonna eat it, and that's why my tongue is orange. Anyways, like I said, talking way too much today. I'm gonna end this vlog and I'll see y'all in my next one. Hopefully I won't be sick in it.